So today I've neglected this chainsaw for a very long time and I'm sharpening it. Um, I'm not going to clean it up or anything because I'm going to start using it like crazy right now. Or not today, but probably this weekend, cutting up a bunch of wood. Uh, I got into my own house. It needs a lot of work, but you guys are going to get a lot more content related to preparedness and stuff. Things you can do at your house on your property to better your situation if things go south. But and some like homesteading type of stuff. So this chainsaw, it's a Stihl MS311. I bought it used a long time ago. The 311 has a plastic case. 362 is the exact same saw with a magnesium case, a different intake. It's a couple minor things with that. I put a bunch of 362 parts on this thing because the 362 air filter and intake is way better. And I'm going to put a 362 muffler on here and then put a bark box on the front of it because that's a way better deal than my little home ports here, which got me a lot of power. So between doing the 362 filter and intake and porting, just drilling holes in my exhaust for more flow, um, it wouldn't run at all. I had to turn the carb up way up just to get it to run decent. It's still not perfect, but so I want to show you guys. I've neglected this saw for a very long time, and I just kind of like half-ass sharpened it the other day, but I still didn't get it all the way. I just had to use it real quick, and I knew it was really dull. So um, you can see this tooth, maybe. I don't know. I'm doing this on my phone. The camera's backwards. Hold on. So you can see this tooth here. And then if you look at the top of it, you could maybe see that it's kind of rolled over on that corner. So that's from being in the dirt, rocks, stuff like that. And then this one is one that I just sharpened, also facing the same. We're facing a different direction for you guys. Here. There's one facing the same direction. So you can see that deep gullet we got going on. This corner is very sharp. It's not rolled on the edge anymore. Right? Same with this one back here. So I have a few more teeth to do, and I'm going to set you guys up to watch me do them. Set you up right here and hope that everything stays. And I'm sorry we're doing this upright. I didn't even think about that before I started it. So I like to set myself up so that I can lean over my saw. Something I learned from Buck and Billy. He has a lot of saw videos and axe videos and stuff, teaching how to sharpen, how to maintain your saw, different models, different stuff like that. He's a Husky guy, so he's wrong. I like Stihl. They're easy to hot rod, like I've done. Very easy to hot rod. There's parts everywhere for them. They're used up in the woods. There's some logging going on right behind me on the backside of my property right now, and they're using, I guarantee you they're using Stihls. So what we're going to do is lean over this saw, and we want to be angled to match the angle that's scribed into the tooth. So on Stihl chains, they scribe or etch a little angled line at the back of the tooth. And they do it on the side as well to show you what that curvature should look like when you're sharpening your saw. So you match up your angle this way, and you also want to go down like this so that you're filing in an upward motion. and you just keep pressure and twist while you're moving, and you want to maintain that angle consistently. You don't want to be rolling over or rolling out this way or rolling up. You want to get your angle set and then keep it that way. Right? So that one was already pretty much done anyway. Now, to do the other side, instead of stepping in front of the saw, we're just going to go left-handed. And it's something you should learn how to do. Be ambidextrous with your filing. Because you can file teeth as you go around both sides instead of going all the way around once, filing one side, and then switching your position, and then going around on the other side. You can just do it all right here. So what we're looking for is there's a burr that folds up off the top of the tooth while you're doing this. And when that burr comes up and is even all the way across, you file light, a little bit lighter and a little bit lighter, and that burr will just break off. That's your sharp tooth. You want to make sure that you're keeping a consistent pressure and a consistent angle. Not quite. And then if you can keep your saw out of the dirt, that'll help you a lot too. I haven't ran this saw all that much. It's had maybe 10 tanks through it. Maybe, in its entire life. I don't know how old it is. I bought it used with just a couple, 2-3 tanks through it. I put a 30-inch bar on it. This saw is not supposed to have a 30-inch bar. It's supposed to be a 26. A way to get around that a little bit would be to use a skip chain where you have about half as many teeth in the chain. That will help you get around that a lot by having less surface area of tooth grabbing while you're in the wood. You could put a longer bar on. I went 30 because if I do need to bury this in wood, I can get around some of these bigger trees around here with this chainsaw just fine. It's just, this is a really grabby chain. It's a lot of drag, a lot of drag on the saw, and heats up the saw, and it starts screwing up your clutch, stuff like that. So this is supposed to have a 16-inch bar on it. If I went with a full skip chain and this 30-inch bar, I'd be just fine. It would be able to run it just like a 16. I have my oiler turned all the way up. My bar oiler. It's cranked all the way open. It does leak a little, but it also keeps this lubed up just fine. But yeah, so I moved it and then started yapping. So we're gonna just, same thing on the right side, just consistent. Try to match the edge of that tooth with the line that's etched in there. Consistent angle, consistent pressure. If you get off on your angle or you roll a little bit, it's not that big of a deal because you can bring it back pretty easily. There's a lot of meat on these chains. You want to make sure that corner is nice and sharp, and if you're not really hitting the corner, you can angle up just a little bit more and it will get that corner. Problem is it won't get down in the gullet as much, so you're going to start changing the geometry of that gullet, and you want to keep that even across the whole thing. That's a very sharp tooth. And I don't have a raker gauge to file down these rakers right now. The rakers, so you got your tooth and your raker sits right in front of it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it here. Let's see if I can magnify a little more. Okay, so you have your tooth here, your raker is here. As you sharpen this tooth back, it gets lower also. So you will have to file the raker down. And you can get gauges that you set on the chain. You set it back here, set it on there, over the tooth, and then down onto the chain, and your raker will stick up through it, and you use a flat file, and you file your raker down until it matches flush with the gauge. That's how you do that. So a 4X is going to help probably a little bit here. Help you guys see this a little bit better. Where was I? On this tooth. So it doesn't really take much, especially if you don't hit rocks and dirt like I did. I've cut a lot of firewood with this saw, and most of the time it's on the ground, and you're cutting through most of the way, and then you roll it and cut through most of the way, cut through the rest of the way, and then you're bound to hit dirt or a rock or something at some point with the tip. So I've neglected this chain for a long time. I have a brand new chain inside. If I wanted to, I could just swap to a brand new chain, but I don't have an electronic sharpener where they work like a chop saw, and you can set the blade in there how you want, and you just beep, and then you just slide the chain over, beep, and then eventually to do the other side, you'll set it the other direction, and then just do this, repeat again, beep, beep. I don't have that. I have to do my chains on my saw because I don't have a vise and an extra bar at this right now. So I can't just set up an extra bar, like junk one in a vise, put my chain in there and just start going to town on just a chain. It has to be on the bar, on the saw for now. Don't be afraid to get close to this. It's sharp, but I mean, you don't want to just run your hand over it. It's sharp, but just touching a corner or something, like you're not gonna cut yourself that easily. Unless you have really soft hands. If you have really soft hands, you should probably work on that. Go do something physical. Toughen yourself up. Oh yeah, I should sharpen it. So then to move this, because sometimes it'll wind up in the clutch, I use the file and I pull against the raker. Right? That way you're not just grabbing on, and if you slip, because if you slip you probably will cut your fingers. Oh, I'm going to be testing out some steel clone saws here, hopefully in the near future. We're going to get the Husqvarna 466 Pro. That is supposed to be the MS460 clone. So it's a 72cc saw, supposed to be up to like a 32 inch bar. So I can run a full house chain on that and still bury it all the way, and it would be just fine. It'll still run great. But I'm going to port it, and I'm going to do some things to make it a little better out of the box before I even run it. So it's not going to be a factory Husqvarna, it's going to be a modified Husqvarna right off the bat. I don't plan on running it as it came out of the box, just because it's probably going to run about similar to this. So I'm going to hop it up, hot rod it. But I've heard those are good still clones. They also make Husky clones. So if you're a Husky guy and you're looking for a cheap saw, seems to be a good way to go. If you're going to tinker with it, if you plan on taking it into a shop to have it worked on, good luck. They're just going to laugh at you for buying a cheap saw. because they're like the 460 clone, which is the whole form of 466, is like $420. The Pro model. The Pro model is supposed to have a better cylinder, piston, and stuff like that. That's stupid cheap compared to buying the same power head from the Stihl. It's incredible. They even have a Stihl 880 clone, which is 120cc saw. I mean, it's like $500. Why not get it, run it? You could probably, at homeowner grade type of stuff, you could probably run that for, you could probably spend the same amount of money buying multiple of those to burn them up as you would on the actual Stihl 880. And you'll be in the same spot with a burn up saw eventually. If you don't mind tinkering with stuff, I don't mind it at all. I enjoy it. Keeps me going, keeps me busy, out of the house. Go ahead and get a clone saw and see how it runs for you. You can play with it a little bit. If you fuck it up, it's not that big of a deal. If it's going to be your first saw and you're not going to work on it very much, you're not ready to learn how to do that, you should probably go ahead and get yourself a Husky. Huskies are really forgiving from what I've seen. They have better suspension on the handles, so they don't beat you up so bad. They're just not, I don't know, all the pro guys that I've ever met, all the loggers, all the fallers, buckers, limmers, everybody runs Stihl. Now, arborists and like lawn care type of people and stuff like that, they'll run Husky. It's a little easier on you. It doesn't beat you up so bad. The guys that run a saw professionally every day for work, they up like in the mountains, they'll run like a 500i, Stihl 500i from what I can tell. Everything that I've seen, people that I've talked to, videos that I've watched, all the research that I've done, 500i is like the universal wood saw. Some people tell you to count your strokes to keep these even the whole way around. You can count your strokes all you want if you're putting a different amount of pressure on them. You're going to take off more or less material, and they're not going to be even. Good luck with that. It really doesn't matter that much as long as you have the same distance from your raker to your tooth. It doesn't matter. That's what is going to bite the wood. That's what sets the depth of the tooth in the wood, is your rakers. I like to cut mine fairly aggressive, and it does bog this saw down a lot if I bury it real hard in the wood, but oh well. I think this saw cost me like $300 with the bar chain. And now knowing that the Stihl clones are not that bad after all, so what if I burn it up? It's a good learning experience. I can rebuild it, and I can build it better. Gives me a chance to hot rod it. Gives me a reason to hot rod it if I burn it up. Oh no, I have to work on my saw, put aftermarket parts in there, and make it way better for a way better power to weight ratio. This thing being a 311, it's like a 60 something cc. It's heavy for what it is, in my opinion. And I know the 460 is going to be heavier. I don't mind that. I don't use a saw professionally though, so I've never really gotten used to the weight. And I'm using a full weight bar too. I'm not using a lightweight. Like there's a Japanese lightweight bar that A guy that I know uses on his 460. He has a 32-inch bar, and it's that lightweight. I don't remember exactly, but it's a Japanese brand. I could find it if I wanted to. That saw, 32-inch bar, 72cc saw, is about the same weight as this, with the full weight organ bar and a 60cc saw. So the lightweight bars help a lot. I just don't want to spend the money on it right now. And while I'm living here, I'm going to use the saws a lot. So I'm going to get used to the weight. It's not going to be an issue for very long. Keely! Keely! Puppy! Hi. What were you getting into in there? You look guilty. I got a new puppy. She's 6 months old. From a rescue in Texas. Supposed to be a guard dog, but she has zero stranger danger. This is a highway that runs right in front of my house, and somebody was walking down the other side of the highway yesterday. She just trotted across, go to meet him. Some kind of guard dog. She's a good pup though. We're almost to the corner. Had to change the angle on this one. Lay it back just a little bit. Yeah, see? Very sharp now. Not the first time this saw has drawn blood on me. Won't be the last. This is going to start to get slippery. Anyway, as you're sharpening, your saw gets sharp, and then if you slip and run your finger through one of your teeth, you're going to leak. Boy, that's actually leaking pretty good. I didn't hit anything major though. Oh, I'm going to go get a paper towel and get this cleaned up. I will be back to show you guys how this cuts here shortly. Okay, so I don't have the saw started up yet. I just finished sharpening it. Took care of my little boo-boo. It kind of hurts to bend it. Whatever, it'll be fine. So here she is, all sharpened up. She's all nice and sharp now. So we're going to fire it up. You have to let them warm up. They don't like, this one doesn't like to run cold because I still haven't got the carb tuned perfectly yet. But it fires up good. It's a little rich. Let it warm up for a few minutes and then we'll, for not a few minutes, 30 seconds, a minute, whatever. And I'll cut this chunk off over here and see how fast it cuts. I still haven't filed the raker, so I don't know how it's gonna go. I don't even have a raker gauge right now. Yeah, that's nice and sharp now. I got chips, big chips, so I don't think I'm gonna file my rakers yet. I think I'm still okay without doing that. That cut through that extremely fast. This side, so it has some stuff hanging off of it. I think that was toward the bottom. Yeah, it was toward the bottom. That's where I got really close to the tip. I don't know if there's something to do with that or not, but that's a sharp saw now. Those are some real big chips, and they're really clean looking. So I'm very happy with that. That pack of files that I got, these round files, I got them on Amazon. They're Oregon brand, 7/32 files. I got like a 12 pack for 25 bucks. So about $2 a file on Amazon. You can find them at your local places also, your local saw shops, probably some hardware stores. And then I don't remember what raker brand I had before, and I don't know where it is. I just moved into this place. But the brand of raker gauge that I had, I liked a lot, and it was just a flat piece. It was like a thin piece of channel that fit over the chain nicely and had a hole in it. So you bam, and you slide it till it stopped, and then you could file your rakers with a just a flat file, just like fairly fine like this. Also, these organ files are double cut. They go both ways. So that's kind of good. You only want your files to go both ways, not your old lady. Anyway, I guess stay tuned for more stuff like this, because I'm in a place where I can do this kind of stuff now. I know a couple of these trees here behind me close to the house are going to come down. I want at least 2 of them gone. I want one over here that's leaning toward the house gone, and I want this one behind the garage gone, and then the one in the front corner of the garage and the one in the front corner of the house need to go also, because they are extremely close, and all of the limbs hang out over the garage and the house. This one right next to the garage is actually lifting the front of the garage by like 6 inches. You can't see it, but it's over here. It's lifting the front of the garage like 6 inches, and then the exact opposite back corner of the garage has sunk down the hill quite a bit also. So I want that tree, and that tree, and that tree, and the one right on the corner of the house, which is right there. I want that tree gone, because it's got limbs, big limbs hanging over the house. The one in the back of the garage has a chicken coop built into it, like added on, like an addition. It dropped a limb at some point, and that limb went completely through the roof of the chicken coop. So that's really not cool. But this place has been abandoned for 20 years till the guy that I know bought it. I'm renting it from him, and then I'm going to buy it from him. I'm working on the place while I'm renting it. He's giving me some credit on rent for that, so it's fairly cheap right now. Yeah. You guys will get to see more of outdoor content here than you have from me in the past. I have 9 acres, and then the neighbor's letting me use a bunch of their property that wraps up and around the backside of mine. So we're gonna hunt back there. We're gonna build some stuff. There's a creek. We're gonna probably show some salmon this year. I've heard the salmon come up this creek to spawn, so we're gonna go down there and check that out at some point. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff we can do around here that I can make videos on to show you guys my way of doing things. Not saying it's the right way, I'm saying it's my way. It's the way that I do things. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Keely, hey, come here. Come on. stubborn little pup. You know that? This is my pup. She's a good pup. You say hi? Say hi to the camera? No. Anyway, like, subscribe, leave a comment. It'll help me get my videos out to other people that might not be interested in this right now, but there's some knowledge that could get out there that I would like to get out there. And that's the whole reason I'm making these videos. I'm not trying to become YouTube famous. I couldn't care less. I have a real job. I have a family. I have, I have plenty of stuff to worry about besides becoming YouTube famous. But I would like to get the information that I have that I think would be useful for other people out there. So if you can like or leave a comment and subscribe to the channel so that you can see future videos, they'll actually show up for you and be recommended for you. That'd be good because this information is valuable and getting it out into the world could be very helpful for a lot of people. Thanks for watching.